The umpires launch, preparing back down at the start now for our next event, which is in the Remenham Challenge Cup. It's going to be between two American crews, which is rather fitting because I'm delighted to be joined now by an American of some great repute, Sean Colgan, multiple world medalist, inducted in 1990 into the US Rowing Hall of Fame, roadway back for the University of Pennsylvania. Sean, it's terrific to have your company. How are you enjoying the week so far?
Absolutely fabulous. What a surprise. English summer has arrived. It's lasted for more than 2 days.
It's always like this. We wish.
Absolutely.
Well, here in the Remenham Challenge Cup, the women's eights competition, we have, as I say, fittingly, two American crews for you to enjoy. Nearest to us there on the buck station, the crew who are what they say on the tin, that is to say, the Browns, Brown University USA, and there on the Berkshire side, Stanford University USA. The event, the Remenham Challenge Cup, starting just today. Only 8 crews involved, no Wednesday or Thursday action. This is the second of the quarterfinals between the Stanford women from California in northern Silicon Valley and Brown University from Providence, Rhode Island. Sean, what are your expectations here?
Well, there's certainly big bi-coastal rivals. Also in the fact that 2 of the girls in both boats have raced each other in the same program at St. Paul's in high school. So 2 different internal rivalries, school against school and high school against high school.
Attention! Go! Get ready, please.
One more shot. Good.
Pumps ready. Brown still setting themselves.
Attention!
Prepared now.
Go!
And cleanly away. West Coast against East Coast, 2,500 miles, near 4,500 kilometers between them. But now just a few meters of water with Brown University from the Buckinghamshire station and Stanford University on the Berkshire side in red. And Sean Colgan, a cleanish getaway for both.
Very clean, especially Brown being a combination boat of their first and second boats. The second boat won the NCAAs, and their varsity came in 3rd, so they combined the 2 for this race, and you see they've got off to a very nice, clean start.
And I was interested, Sean, in what you had to say beforehand about 1 or 2 of the personal rivalries within and between the crews. Can you expand on that?
Well, St. Paul's is a very famous rowing school back in New England, and 2 of the girls in the boat from this crew are in Brown and 2 are in Stanford. So the crews know each other very well, although they've only raced each other once at the NCAA championships where Brown got the best of them. You also have 2 different coaching styles. The Murphy family, Phoebe and John, have been coaching for 40 years, a husband and wife team, which it's hard enough to be married for 40 years and then coach in the same launch. God love them. And
they must love each other.
Yes, they do. And the Stanford has a youngest coach who was in the 2008 Olympics. 2 different styles.
It'll be fascinating to see which is the preeminent style, though, of course, style has to be wedded to substance. And the early indications are that Brown University have, though the camera angle can be deceptive here, might just have the smallest of advantages over the first quarter mile or so.
Now, if you look at the Brown crew, the stroke person, contrary to all the rumors here that Americans buy foreign talent, the stroke of the Brown crew is her 3rd year of rowing, believe it or not. She was recruited to Brown to play football, as you would say, or soccer, as we would say. And she's doing a fantastic job stroking the first boat.
I'm delighted that you brought soccer or football into it. Sean, I was going to mention in a Stanford perspective, actually, I was on their website earlier, the Stanford Cardinal that they're so proud of in all their sports. And actually a Stanford girl scored the decisive goal in the World Cup semi-final the other night against Germany. And they're thrilled with Kelly O'Hara, though they're 8 here in the Remenham Challenge Cup, all the way over the Atlantic from Canada, where that soccer is taking place, have fallen perhaps 2/3, 3/4 of a boat's length behind.
Both crews, though, look very composed. They know this water. They both raced 2 weeks ago at Women's Henley, where Stanford lost in the semifinal and Brown lost in the final. So they'll soon be coming into the water they have not raced upon in front of the stewards, which might make a difference. It's a longer race than the girls are used to racing.
And how many times prior to this event will they have had the opportunity to row this water? I mean, this week.
Oh, probably every day they were out. But this is the first time they've taken start to finish full power all the way. And Brown has settled into a nice rhythm, really levering the boat past the oars.
There has been no North American win in this competition since 2012, when Western Rowing Club Canada were the victors in the Remenham Challenge Cup. No United States win since Princeton Training Center won in 2011. But it is very evident, the evidence of our eyes shows us that it is an American contingent to be taken extremely seriously this year. Last year, a composite Leander Imperial College London boat won the final in a time of 7 minutes and 11 seconds. And actually, the winners of this race will take on either Western Canada or an Imperial College Sport Imperial composite in the semi-final. That quarter-final is at 5:30 British time later today.
The drone was showing us some great shots. It's really developing to a race now. Brown has not been able to get clear water, and Stanford is rowing a slightly longer stroke and able to stay with them. I think we'll see some exciting action here in the second half of the race.
Second half of the race is that part during which the ambient dynamic changes. The water's the water, but the thousands on the bank start to play their part. The capacity in each crew to deal with that immediate scrutiny, to understand and to absorb the size of the opportunity and the occasion, and just the sheer race savvy when they are as close as they are now. Everything you've said to me, Sean, suggested to me that you suspected that Brown might just be the stronger, but it is marginal.
Very marginal. I mean, the weight difference is marginal. There's about 10 pounds difference. The Stanford ladies are heavier, which should assist you in the first half of the race, not the second. But it looks like Brown, the stroke girl, was just looking over, sizing up as they head into the stewards. She's deciding when to take the sprint. It looks like she will be doing that call instead of the coxswain.
Coxing for Brown, Molly Sansa. The stroke seat, Muriel Solberg. And coxing for Stanford, Naomi Kornman. Kay Russia is the stroke. And those are the key individuals among 18 very, very competitive oarswomen here.
And that 7 girl knows rowing. Her father at 7-seat Rusher was a bronze medalist in 1988 for 1988 for the U.S. in Seoul.
Well, the connections are many and varied. The personal agendas are considerable. The nose-to-nose rivalries are intense.
And here comes Stanford.
And this is some race. Stanford are putting on a rush now, and Brown are going to have to hold it off. It's a terrific contest. I think Brown have just about enough, but they are being examined in a really searching way. They're having to dig phenomenally deep. This has been a monumental effort by Stanford to try and reel in the deficit. They've just fallen short, but that is a proper race, a really proper race. Terrific. Brown University win it, but not by very much. And Stanford can hold their collective head up very high, though this, after all of that effort, will hurt.